happens if a husband or wife leaves Islam after marriage? Does the marriage end immediately? Does divorce have to be pronounced? What happens to the Mahr? And can the apostate marry again? Let's find out.
Inshallah, today we learn about the apostasy of one of the two spouses and its effect on the marriage status. So the moment one of the two spouses apostatize, la qaddar Allah, God forbidden, so the marriage dissolves at once without any divorce. Yeah, that is the ruling. Separation happens, marriage dissolves. And what about the dawah? So we say dawah depends on who apostatizes. So if the husband he apostatizes, there will be dawah. Yeah, and if the one who is apostatized is the wife, then there is no dawah. Yeah, because she decided to leave marriage. So that's why there is no, she did not deliver herself to the husband. That's why there will be no dawah. And dawah, its amount, it depends on whether the consummation happened or not. We know that if the consummation happened, then full dawah, and if the consummation not happened, then half dawah. Yeah, in the case when the husband he apostatized, la qadar Allah. Wa iza irtadda ahadu zawjaini, and when one of the two spouses apostatizes anil Islam, from Islam, waqa'at al-baynunatu baynahuma, separation occurs between them. Waqa'at al-baynunatu baynahuma, jumla fi'liya, right? And we start translation with fa'il. So fa'il here is baynuna. So separation happens baynahuma, between them, at once, immediately, without pronouncing divorce. Yeah, and without the separation of without the judge separating them. وَكَانَتِ الْفُرْقَةُ, and the separation between them بِغَيْرِ طَلَاقٍ, is without divorce. So, and then there is detail that who apostatizes. So if the husband apostatizes, there will be mahr. If the wife apostatizes, there will not be any mahr. فَإِنْ كَانَ الزَّوْجُ هُوَ الْمُرْتَدُّ, then if the husband is the apostate, وَقَدْ دَخَلَ بِهَا, and he has consummated with her, فَلَهَا كَمَالُ الْمَهْرِ, so in this case she has the entirety of the dawah. Yeah, وَإِن لَمْ يَدْخُلْ بِهَا, but if he has not consummated with her, فَلَهَا نِصْفُ الْمَهْرِ, then she has half of the dawah. Got it? As per standard ruling. But وَإِن كَانَتِ الْمَرْأَةُ هِيَ الْمُرْتَدَّةُ, if the woman is the apostate, فَإِن كَانَتْ قَبْلَ الدُّخُولِ, so we see whether this apostasy it happened before consummation or after consummation. So we say if it happens in كَانَتْ قَبْلَ الدُّخُولِ, before consummation, فَلَا مَهْرَ لَهَا, then there is no dawah for her. Yeah, because she did not deliver her. But وَإِن كَانَتِ الرِّدَّةُ بَعْدَ الدُّخُولِ, if the apostasy is after consummation, so it means she delivered. So فَلَهَا الْمَهْرُ, then she has the dawah. Okay, that is when one of the two spouses apostatize. What if they both together, la qaddar Allah, they both together they apostatize, and we don't know which one is the preceder. Yeah, so and then they both together return to Islam. Yeah, together. So we say that they remain upon their marriage. Yeah, so no separation will happen there. So that is the special case. So there is no compulsion in accepting Islam, but there is compulsion in leaving Islam. So we cannot leave it, because that is the ultimate haqq, that truth. So we cannot leave it. وَإِنْ ارْتَدَّا مَعًا, and if they both apostatize, ثُمَّ أَسْلَمَا مَعًا, and then they both return to Islam, فَهُمَا عَلَى نِكَاحِهِمَا, then they remain upon their marriage. And like I said, there is no compulsion in Islam, la ikraha fi din, but there is compulsion in leaving it. So that's why there is a severe effect on marriage, because marriage is legal thing, and it is a blessing from God. So Allah made the wife lawful for husband. So it's the deen, it does matter here. So if one is leaving deen, so there will be some consequences to face. Yeah, so and these consequences is that according to Islamic law, there will be execution. So that apostate will be executed. Yeah, at the end of the day. But first we give him time. Yeah, we give him respite to reflect upon the matter. So we ask him to repent and think about that 3 days. Yeah, and there some says more than 3 days. So we make him captive. Yeah, and leave him thinking about that. So if he does not don't repent, then in that case execution happens. Yeah, that is the ruling. So a person who apostatizes, after his apostasy, is it allowed, just hypothetically, is it allowed for him or her, whether the person is male or female who apostatized, whether is it permitted for them to marry, because now separation happened. Now the person he wanted to, if he wanted to, to marry any woman else or anybody else, so is that permitted for them? No. So ruling is that it is not permissible, new marriage, because there is no time for them. The only time given to them is to reflect upon and to repent, not to marry. And you know that marriage has, there are many rights pertaining to it, right? So maybe that rights, they impede them from repenting. Yeah. So that is the thing, that they are not allowed to marry anyone, whether the other person, other spouse is Muslim or Murtad or Kafir, whatever it is not allowed. So ولا يجوز أن يتزوج المرتد, and it is not permissible for the apostate, al-murtad, for the apostate to marry muslimatan, a Muslim woman, wala murtaddatan, nor an apostate woman, wala kafira, nor a disbelieving woman. So irrespective of their state, it is just point blank, it is not permissible for them. Similarly, same goes for the murtadda. وكذلك المرتدة, likewise the apostate woman, لا يتزوجها Muslim. She is not married by a Muslim, wala kafir, nor a disbeliever, wala murtad, nor an apostate, because they have to reflect.
That is the Hanafi ruling on how apostasy affects marriage and its legal consequences. If you benefited from this lesson, please like, subscribe, and support the channel. Jazakumullahu khairan.